Detroit Lions fans, do you know what today is? It is game day. It is NFL football. Say what you will about it being preseason. NFL football is back. Real football. Might not be the real players, but we do have real football. Real quick, something that really bugged me yesterday. When I was driving home from work, I was kind of sick of listening to music on the radio, so I threw on the radio. 97 won the ticket, and it doesn't even matter who said it. It literally could have been my grandmom, and we would have had a fight about it. To say that you don't care that it's Detroit Lions games because it's preseason. To think that these preseason games don't matter in any type of way is asinine. These games matter. Now, they might not matter on the record, and we might not see most of the starters play. These games matter to a lot of people. These games matter to a lot of YouTubers like myself who have dissected a lot of different players on this team. We're going to find out if we were right, if we were wrong, and that all starts tonight. So, normally, I start game day episodes out with some injuries, but I'm going to focus more on, instead of injuries, I'm going to be talking about who I don't want to see at all tonight. I don't want to see you in any type of pads. I don't want to see you warming up. I don't want to see you even looking at a football. Play euchre, throw some spades, some dominoes. I'm talking about guys like our offensive line, all of you. Jared Goff, don't want to see you. St. Brown, don't want to see you. Sam Laporta, Gibbs, Montgomery, Brian Branch, Hutch. I don't want to see any of you guys even thinking about football tonight. Just sit back, relax, watch these guys battle against the New York Giants. Watch some of your brothers go out there and try to win jobs, try to show that they deserve a roster spot, or whether maybe they don't deserve a roster spot. That's up to Brad and Dan. But I do not want to see any of those players tonight. It's a meaningless game on the record, but there's some people fighting that I'm very, very invested in. I'm going to start with it. This is kind of in order. I will say at the end who I'm looking at the most. You guys probably should know who it is. But I'm going to start with Sione Vaki. Now, being as that this is a preseason game, and again, doesn't matter. I don't know what way he's going to be used. Is he going to be used as a running back with Gibbs and Montgomery out? Because he's battling Craig Reynolds. So I feel like we're going to see Sione Vaki at least on offense. I don't think we'll see him on defense and special teams. I think that's where we're going to see Sione. One of my favorite draft picks, one of the more versatile players we have on this team, offense, defense, wide receiver, running back, punt return, kick return, special teams weapon. I want to see how he's used, how he looks in game speed. I've seen a couple clips, but I'm going to have a better look tonight, a better understanding of exactly what Sione Vaki is all about. I'm excited to see it. Can't wait. One of the biggest special teamers in the NFL. I think within 5 years, we're going to be talking about Sione Vaki. He's going to be having huge impacts on special teams. I think it starts tonight. Next, I'm looking at our rookie DBs, man. Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw. I know you're going to be seeing a lot of Malik Neighbors. I know he had a hell of a couple days against us in joint practice. He's a beast. This is a little different. This is full speed. This is full contact. This is as close to NFL competition as it gets. We'll have that in a couple weeks when you guys are going against true number ones, because I don't anticipate the Giants playing Daniel Jones. So I think we're going to get a nice look at Malik Neighbors, at least for maybe a quarter, maybe 2 or 3 drives. I don't know, but I do think we will at least see him. So I want to see in person actual game scenarios, how our rookie DBs are shaping up against Malik Neighbors. And he torched us. I'm not going to say he didn't torch us. He looked pretty damn good these last couple days, but this is where it matters-ish. And again, no matter what happens tonight, and I'm going to say this again at the end of the episode, I don't care. If the Lions lose 38-0 or we win 38-0, I am not going to panic about anything. This is literally just our first look to get our eyes, if we haven't been able to get to training camp practices like myself, and we're really just relying on Twitter. Tonight is when I can dissect stuff with my own eyes. Whether that means anything to you guys or not doesn't, it doesn't really mean anything, but that's kind of what I'm excited for. Next, this defensive line, man. I got to see this defensive line. I don't want to see Hutch. Reader's out. I don't want to see Ali McNeil. Davenport maybe plays. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm talking about guys like Mekhi Wingo, Levi Onwuzurike, and Broderick Martin. Look, you guys are the second wave of defensive linemen. If this second wave of defensive line is dominant or at least very, very effective, we are going to be a nightmare for opposing teams if we could just cycle guys in and out every couple snaps, every couple first downs, a TV timeouts, whatever it may be. If we could just bring in fresh guys with those three, mix and match in, doesn't matter who's playing. We just have fresh legs, guys with their some air in their lungs, feeling good. Our defensive line is going to be hard to stop, hard to contain. We got some guys who can get after the pass rush. Levi Onwuzurike has been playing very, very well this training camp. I want to see it for myself. Mekhi Wingo, my favorite draft pick, not the most versatile like Sione Vaki. There's a difference, but my favorite draft pick, I think we got a steal, 6th-round pick. I think we could have got him in the 3rd. I think he's that kind of talent. 3rd-rounders are usually starters potentially for me. So I'm really thinking Mekhi Wingo, Levi, Broderick Martin, you guys have a lot to prove tonight. There's not a lot to prove because, like I said, I'm not going to freak out or break stuff if we don't win or whatever. But I just want to see these kids look good. I want to see Levi look healthy. I want to see Wingo show that athleticism, that first step explosiveness that I've been seeing on tape, on clips, and looking up myself. Broderick Martin, you're the size of a truck. I want to see you handling some guards and centers. I want to see you use some good leverage. I want to see you just kind of pushing people back. I don't care if you get a sack. I don't care if you get a tackle. I just want to see you using good technique. That's what I'm going to be looking at the most. I think who's going to take the spot of DJ Reader if he has to miss a few games? I think that's what's kind of on the line for these guys because, again, game doesn't matter. This is about roster spots. Who's going to be playing for DJ Reader if he's not ready with those quad injuries? Is it going to be Levi? It's going to be Broderick? Is Mekhi Wingo going to throw his name as a backup to Marcus Davenport on that opposite end of Hutch? Like, there's a lot on the line in that aspect. So I'm really, really excited about this defensive line and a couple other guys, but those are the big 3 that I'm really just mostly paying attention to. Next on my list, I got to see J-Mo. I got to see my guy J-Mo. I have defended Jameson Williams with bullet holes in my shield. I've just taken rounds for this guy, and he's had a good training camp. I want to see that just consistency. I don't need to see you have 7 catches for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. I want to see you block. I want to see you expand the field. I want to see you make some good catches. 3 or 4 catches, I'll be happy. I don't care if they're touchdowns or if he has 4 catches for 12 yards. I don't care. I just want to see about 3 or 4 catches. I've seen how he's been catching the ball, how he's been running his routes. He looks like a better route runner. And I know he's had those drop problems in the past. So I'm really looking to see him kind of build off the training camp that he's had. And he's had a very, very good training camp. When it comes to offensive players, I think J-Mo's been at the top of the list. Our running game was kind of stuffed when it came to not joint practices, before joint practices, when we were going against ourselves. But we have the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. So I kind of expect that. And Jameson Williams has shown that I can take the pressure off Sam Laporta, the offensive line, because I'm someone you have to account for. So I'm looking for J-Mo to have a good game. And a good game to me is, again, 3, 4, 5 catches. Anything more than that is just fantastic. But again, not going to freak out. If it's 2 catches for 6 yards, that's fine with me too. I just want to see him on the field. Kind of I can't keep saying this for much longer, but it's kind of his rookie season, because I know he played in training camp a little bit last year, but he's kind of hindered by a hamstring injury. So I want to see him just keep building, stay healthy, stay consistent, keep getting better and better each week. Lastly, the most important piece of tonight's game. And by important, I mean, again, it's the same boat as Jameson Williams. I don't care about stat lines. I want to see how Hendon Hooker looks. We have been going back and forth about Hendon Hooker on this channel for over a year, whether or not his game is going to translate from college to the NFL. College, where he was a Heisman Trophy candidate, front runner before his injury. How's his game going to translate? Because it doesn't always translate. That's been my argument. That's been my only concern. And again, if it doesn't translate tonight, that's perfectly fine. We have time. It's okay. I just want to see, maybe Hendon Hooker's kind of struggled this training camp, and that's okay. I don't care. I wanted to see him kind of build, because he started out strong. He's kind of dipped, been a little bit of a roller coaster. That's fine. He's essentially a rookie. He didn't have a training camp last year. He came back late in the season, or everyone was calling for him to start or get some reps as QB2. This is our chance to get a look at Hendon. This is the first opportunity where we can see what he can do. And again, stats don't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care what he could throw 17 interceptions tonight. It's not going to change anything. I still think he could be the future. I still think there's plenty of time for him to develop, but this is a first step in that development. So, what would I like to see? I'd like to see what I've said in the past is I don't want to see him hit Jamison Williams for an 80-yard touchdown. I would much rather see him go on sustained drives, hit some completed passes, hit some slant routes in time in the right location, hit guys in the hands in stride. Don't hit some out routes. Like if you hit a 80-yard bomb, that's fine, but I'm not really learning anything from you. I know you can chuck the ball a mile. I want to see you work this offense down the field. I want to see you put points on the board, build some confidence, use some athleticism, use that rocket arm. You have all the tools. We're not questioning tools. I just always question translation. So I'm excited for Hendon Hooker. The thing is, I don't think we're going to see as much of him as I personally want because I know he's kind of been talked about as QB3 with Nate Sudfeld. So what I would like to see, what I think would be fair, if I had to be Dan Campbell for a minute, I would say Nate Sudfeld, you're getting first half. First 2 quarters, Nate Sudfeld. Third, fourth quarter, Hendon Hooker. That's just how I would split the reps. I think that's just a fair way to do it. I would like to see Hendon Hooker get, I don't know how many snaps you can get in a half of football. I'd like to see him attempt 20 throws or more. I'd like to see him complete over 50% of those. I'd like to him for obviously not to have any turnovers, and a touchdown would be fine. But if he starts at like the 25-yard line and he leads us on a 75-yard drive that takes 8 plays and he completes 6 passes, that would be a phenomenal building step for me. Something like that, something just small. Let's just take a brick, stack it. Next week, we take another brick, we stack it. We just start building his confidence in that way. Let's not do anything crazy, guys. It's game day. I'm excited. My Lions prediction, my score prediction, I've been very, very close in the past. I think the Lions win this one 23-17. I also want to see Jake Bates hit a couple field goals, guys. So, game day episode, these are my absolute favorite ones. If I ask you guys to do anything, I haven't been asking you guys to subscribe, hit that like button. These are the videos that I love doing. Help me out, do that one favor for me, and I might be doing a little live stream tonight. We'll see. Stick around, guys. I'll be back later with another show. We'll be talking a Lions win after tonight. I'll be back with a show tomorrow about that. See ya.